So some fans are not holding back their criticism of Battlefield 6. First off, Battlefield Studios quietly deletes a controversial skin, and now the community is absolutely, well, some in the community are absolutely torching the Battlefield RedSec on Steam. What's going on in the Battlefield Studios, and why are players saying Battlefield is losing its identity? Let's talk more about this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gen Xer Show. This is Raf. And as you guys already know, the whole Wicked Skin thing that many of you out there started complaining about because it was looking kind of Fortnite codish type of thing, kind of ticked off a lot of people. And there was a lot of backlash. And now the new quote unquote drama is on the free to play Battle Royale Battlefield RedSec. So let's start with what kicked off the latest wave of complaints. Battlefield Studios has quietly removed the wicked Grin skin, an assault class cosmetic that featured bright blue accents almost glowing, totally out of place for a game that's supposed to be grounded and gritty. Right. Players immediately roasted it online. And by immediately roasted online, we're talking about the, usual Redditors. Calling it the Windex Man or the Blue Crayola Soldier, saying it looks something straight out of a cartoon, straight out of Fortnite, rather than a realistic war game. The backlash was so widespread that community even joked about refusing to revive anyone wearing the skin in game. They say community, but honestly, it was just a few hardcore, just gatekeepers in the community. But here's the thing. Battlefield Studios didn't release a statement. There was no apologies. There were no blog posts. Absolutely nothing. The skin was simply gone after that Season 1 update. The fans, at least the ones complaining, took this as confirmation, a silent confirmation from Battlefield Studios. In a way, they just say, yeah, we get it. Or, hey, here you go. Stop complaining. However it was. But while the situation seemed to calm down for a little bit, the community, or some in the Battlefield community, turned their attention towards something else, the Battle Royale version. And it was funny because at first I thought, well, maybe this is possibly the COD players. When I started reading the actual reviews, it sounded more like the negative ones just came from straight Battlefield. And I get it. I'm not a Battle Royale type of player either. However, sometimes criticizing things that you don't play is kind of silly, really. I mean, I go back to COD. I never really cared for Warzone. Played it here and there, but that was it. I'm more of a multiplayer type of guy. So I actually went into Steam to check this out because I saw all the so-called negative reviews that they were talking about and how it launched with negative reviews. And I was like, well, those gotta be, like I said, the COD haters. Not the COD haters, but the COD guys coming over to hate and this and that and the other. And I looked and it's got mixed reviews. But then I start looking and reading through some of these and untie the weekly challenges for this crap already. Let's unlock. So yeah, that's true. But then you go on here and it says that, well, also there is no proper solo mode. True. Also true. I get it. I'm forced to wait on random teammates every time, let players play how they want. So I guess that one's valid. Then this one right here. Paid BF6 customer are forced to play the cosmetics ad infested hellscape to progress challenges unlocked in the paid base. If I can't use it in the base game, I can earn it in the base game, period. So this is more than likely someone who just doesn't want Battle Royale in Battlefield, which is fine, is your opinion, but stop bombing stuff that you're not even playing. RedSec has all the ingredients for a great Battle Royale. Sadly, is plagued by bugs and horrible hits. Well, that always happens, man. As fun as the game mode is, shooting a guy 10 times in the back just for him to turn around and kill you with a single shot feels extremely frustrating. I see that in the regular game, actually, so I think they're supposed to be working on that. And okay, so many bugs. The reason everybody is the rush to release something new and unusual, and in the end, we got all hell of a mix. The visuals is like COD Warzone, from cutscenes to HUDs. Time to kill is similar to Apex Legends. It takes a very long time to kill an enemy, and we get the one shot with the sniper rifle. I guess that one's valid. I didn't buy RedSec. Well, nobody did really. But this sneaky bastard came in my PC like a virus and forced me to play for unlocked battle pass of core game. Are you joking me? No. This is another Battlefield player. So, they don't really. I mean, there's a bunch more, I guess, out here. The majority really are, they put mix, but the majority are really just Battlefield fans not wanting a battle royale in Battlefield, and probably valid, but honestly, I don't see anything wrong. I mean, it does have some things right, but I've played it, and it's all right. I guess I'm not a battle royale guy, but it is what it is. So we know that the new free-to-play battle royale spin-off, the Battlefield version of battle royale, has launched this last week, and the player base, some in the player base, are furious. RedSec's being reviewed bomb like you just saw on Steam, and it's not because it's a bad game. By no means, it's not, but because what it represents. First off, is forced integration, weekly challenges, and battle pass progression are tied to the actual multiplayer side of things, and a lot of players don't like that, and that's actually a valid complaint. This means you bought the premium pass, and now you have to download to play RedSec and complete a lot of the challenges. Players hate being forced into content they didn't ask for. I get that. That's completely valid. Then there's another reason. There's a resource strain issue. The RedSec features a bigger map, more vehicle options, and even better destruction physiques than the main game. Yeah, and that's got some fans, again, asking, why wasn't this level of detail put into Battlefield 6 itself? Well, that's simple, guys. It's just one map. If you wanted the game to release, then I get it. I do, but I guess this was easier for one map to do, right? And to make it worse, the integration added a pop-up ads and UI clutter into the main Battlefield 6 client, basically nagging players to play RedSec. Combine that with the feeling that EA is steering Battlefield towards a Call of Duty style model, and you get a community that's fed up. Personally, when they're trying to get more like COD, like the whole yearly release, I think that's heading down the completely wrong path, and I think it should be avoided at all costs. And yes, the community should be pushing back at that. But as of now, Battlefield RedSec sits at a mixed review rating on Steam, as you guys saw earlier. A clear sign that, many Battlefield fans want Battlefield Studios to refocus on what made Battlefield special. Large scales, team-oriented warfare, all that stuff. But the silent removal of the wicked Grin shows that Battlefield Studios can listen when the community pushes back. But the situation with RedSec shows how fragile the trust still is. Battlefield players have made it clear. Some Battlefield players, that is because I'm not one of them. They don't want flashy skins or forced tie-ins. I don't want that either, but I'm not going all out complaining about every single decision made here. Majority, or some of the Battlefield players, at least the multiplayer side of guys, want Battlefield. And that's understandable. We get it. But again, the Battle Royale part of it is not geared for us multiplayer guys. It's mostly for that Battlefield community out there, the ones that these streamers enjoy to call and bring over. Those guys. You know who we're talking about. Now, the question is, will Battlefield Studios double down on RedSec or pivot back to the core experience that made this franchise legendary? So, I don't know. What do you guys think about that wicked skin being removed from the game? I mean, honestly, to me, it didn't look way out of content. It didn't look too crazy to me, but some people didn't like it. What are your thoughts on it? And have you played RedSec? I didn't. Yeah, I got my feelings in my quote-unquote reviews on it, but will you be playing the multiplayer side, or are you going to stick with the RedSec side? Are you a Battlefield player, or are you a Battle Royale player? I think this was intended for different audiences, but it also has the option for you to Well, I think the option to play either or is there, but what they need to do is kind of split that weekly challenge thing and not make it force into people playing, which is what Call of Duty is doing right now, actually. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, this video, a like rating will be absolutely appreciated. Subscribe, hit that bell notification to stay up to date on everything Battlefield in this channel. And I'll talk to you guys later.